This is Levi with SunRotor, and we get questions often about if we can install pressure systems into our SunRotor solar pumps, and the answer is yes. And I'm going to show you how to wire up each action switch and where we would install it into our M50T controller, both with a normally open option or a normally closed option, and how to wire that in with a low well sensor also. We know that it's a normally closed pressure switch because the small number comes first in the name, so 3050, meaning it's a closed switch until the pressure reaches 50. Same with this one, the small number is 2040, closed switch until the pressure reaches 40 pounds, and then it'll close again whenever it reaches 20. And on this one we know that it's a normally open pressure switch, a reverse action, because the larger number comes first. So this is a 2212 pressure switch. It's on at 22 and off at 12, meaning circuit is open until it reaches 22 pounds, and then it'll close the circuit, which we would wire this in the tank full circuit on our SunRotor controllers. The 2212 is what we recommend for if we're putting a pressure tank close to the stock tank and it doesn't require a lot of additional PSI to reach reservoir they're pumping. And again, on this one is also a reverse action pressure switch because the larger number comes first. This is a 50-30 pressure switch, meaning it's an open action until the pressure reaches 50 pounds. Then it closes the circuit, which triggers our tank full circuit and turns off the pump. It'll open the circuit at 30 pounds. This is just a typical pressure tank manifold setup. You got your T, you have a check valve to hold pressure in the output line, you have your pressure gauge, we have our 1/4 inch nipple, a 1-inch brass ball valve, a 1/2 inch hose bib in case we need to do any testing or troubleshooting near the well. We require some sort of pressure tank to be on there, that way we can hold back pressure and that way the switch will operate correctly. And last thing is we need a pressure switch, whether it be a normally open pressure switch or a normally closed pressure switch, also known as a reverse action pressure switch is a normally open, and a normally closed pressure switch is a standard pressure switch. And when we're wiring in our pressure switch to our SunRotor controllers, it's very minimal current at low voltage, so we're just really sensing a circuit. Notice that I got the 2 middle terminals jumped here, and we have a pressure switch wire coming in, one installed on the very far right terminal and one installed on the very far left terminal. And since it's such a low signal, we want to be able to use all these contacts to be able to open and close that circuit. It helps with premature failure whenever these contacts start to get corroded down in the future. First, we're going to discuss the normally open option, which would be a reverse action pressure switch. And a reverse action again would be one with the 22, the larger number on top and the smaller number on bottom, so it's on at 22 and off at 12. And we would wire that circuit with a 2-wire coming into COM2 and TH. And we're going to simulate that for you, that way you can understand what lights are going to come on when that is operating normally. Okay. So now we have the pressure switch wired into COM2 and TH, and again this is for a reverse action pressure switch. We're using the 1222 square D, and I'm going to turn it on and we'll see what lights function when the pressure switch is operating normally. It can also be used with a tank valve, so if you wanted to turn the pump off with a tank valve, when the tank is full and it builds pressure and Right now we have the system light, the pump light, and the MPPT light will be flashing, which means the solar system is operating normal. And we're going to simulate the tank is full, and the tank full light will come on. And when the cows come and they drink water out of the tank, and the tank valve opens back up and the pressure is released out of the discharge line, the system will call for water again, the tank full light will turn off, you get the system light, pump light to come on. Yeah, and that's how we would wire in a reverse action pressure switch to our SunRotor controllers. Okay, so now we're simulating a normally closed pressure switch, which is your typical 30-50 pressure switch or 20-40. And we know that by the smaller number is the first and the second number is the larger number, so it's on at 20 and off at 40. So we're going to simulate a normally closed pressure switch, and where we're going to wire those in at is on COM1 and WH. We would typically have a low well sensor here or a jumper here to complete that circuit for the controller to operate normally, but this time we're going to install the pressure switch wires into COM1 and WH again. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on for you, and we'll get the system light and pump light. Make note that if we're just installing a pressure switch to this circuit, that we want to make sure that this timer is turned to 0, because this timer functions with this circuit here in case of a low well. So the controller is operating normally. And we're going to go ahead and simulate the pressure tank filling up and no longer calling for water, and the well low light will turn on. And when the system is calling for water because the tank is empty or has been depleted enough for the valve to open up, it'll then system reset. And your controller should operate. Now we're simulating a low well sensor and a pressure switch running together, with the pressure switch being a normally closed action. Again, we know it's a normally closed action because it's 20 on and 40 off, the smaller numbers on top. And how to be able to wire both of these in together, we're going to, the wire coming in from here is our pressure switch wire, and we have installed that into COM1. And the wire coming in from this side is low water sensor wire, and we've installed that in WH. Notice that we have two open wires here. One from the pressure switch wire and one from the low well sensor wire. We're just going to wire nut those together so we can have these two circuits in series, and regardless of which one opens up, we'll get a well low light and it'll turn the pump off. So now that we've wire nutted that together, we can turn the pump on and it should operate normally. And now, regardless of which switch opens up, whether it be the well low sensor, the low well sensor, or the pressure switch, we're going to get a well low light here, and I'm going to simulate the pressure switch opening up, which we get a well low light. We recommend to have the timer set to 10 minutes. That way, in case it's the well low sensor that's opening up, it gives the well time to recover and save your pump. So that's why we recommend if you're going to install a pressure switch on our SunRotor solar pumps, is to install a reverse action switch. That way we can use the COM2 and TH circuit, especially when we have a low well sensor in the well. But sometimes people only have a normally closed pressure switch on hand and they need the system up and running. And this is how that we can get around that in the meantime. So when the pressure switch closes, because it's calling for water, now we're going to have to wait for this light to flash for 10 minutes until it'll start to pump again. And that's why we recommend using a reverse action pressure switch when there's a well low sensor installed. I do get calls sometimes when we have service calls about people wiring their pressure switch in line with one of the pump wires. We do not recommend that because the controller can't sense the motor going down hole, and it can cause future failures to the controller components.